Hello, and welcome to Natural Solutions to Anti-Aging and Weight Loss with Peptides. I am one of your hosts, Bonnie Schnautz. I am a naturopathic doctor and digestive health specialist. And I just want to share, I'm going to introduce Denise here in a minute, but I want to share just a little bit about my background. Then I'm going to turn it over to Denise to share her. So we are honored to be here. Thank you for taking your time and energy to learn more about natural solutions to your health. So about 20 years ago, well, way before 20 years ago, probably when I was in my 30s and 40s, I had a laundry list of health issues from allergies to asthma to IBS, severe hormonal issues to where I couldn't travel, couldn't leave the house, anxiety, depression, I had them all. So the blessing of that was that I could relate to other women. It took me away from my traditional path of being in marketing to being a holistic health practitioner. So I went back to school. But the beautiful thing is I learned how to heal my body completely. I was able to go off my allergy meds, my asthma medication, literally all my medications. And I have been medication and over-the-counter free for now 20 years. So and number one, I want to caveat this with, please do not go off any medication without the support and help of the person that put you on it. What we're sharing today is for educational purposes only, not to treat, not to diagnose any disease. So with that, like I said, it's very freeing, and that's what Denise and I we are on the similar path as many of you are. So Denise, I'm going to turn it over to you to share. Denise is a certified health coach as well. And again, just an honor and a joy to have you here, Denise.
Oh, thank you. It's been an honor and pleasure to work with you. I've known Bonnie for a number of years now, but my journey on health and wellness began years ago when I was struggling with infertility. I was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome, which essentially means that my body was completely out of balance and I didn't even ovulate or have a cycle. And I was only like 23 years old. So it all started probably when I was 14, though. I had been diagnosed with Epstein-Barr, or better known as the kissing disease of mono, which I did not get from kissing, but my body is super sensitive. I have to be very aware of the things I'm putting in my body. I get out of balance very easily. And Bonnie's going to go into more of those factors that may put you out of balance as well, which will make us age faster, help make us put more weight on. And I'm just excited to be part of it and share some of that story along the way. So my specialty is in family nutrition, helping you get your kiddos to actually say yes to the broccoli, and also to helping people balance out their body so that their immune system is stronger and their hormones are better balanced. So thanks for having me here.
Awesome. And what a perfect time, right? We are going into the holidays, yikes. And talk about, women struggling with weight and just stress that accelerates the aging process. So with that, I want to talk about, where does aging start? Where does the imbalance begin? Because that's really what we're talking about. Again, like I said, we don't treat, diagnose, we really focus on balancing the body the way God intended us to be. And again, most of us did not come out of the gate with health issues. We acquired them, unfortunately. So what are the three processes to advanced aging or premature aging and imbalance? It's the three pillars are emotional, chemical, nutritional, and physical. So what that means is that if you have a family, if you have kids, if you have finances during the holidays, if you have holidays, you have stress. Marriage, relationships, jobs. It could be a past trauma. Obviously, that's emotional, right? And then chemical nutritional is basically, it's a food, it's our personal care, it's cleaning products. We're being exposed. You think during the holidays, we have a lot of additional chemicals that we may be exposed to through, maybe extra cleaning or those wonderful scented lotions and candles that are massive hormone disruptors. And then we have number three is physical stress, and that could be surgeries, car accident, spinal misalignment. I have scoliosis. It's pretty severe. A lot of people don't know that. And just, anything that puts stress on the body. A lot of runners or extreme athletes have issues with this because their nutritional status isn't stronger than what the impact and the damage. Yes, you can do damage by extreme exercise or even weightlifting, whatever that looks like. So we have to create that foundation of health first. Oops, let me go the right way. So that brings us to how do we resolve those stresses on our body? We do that through hydration first and foremost, right? You can go the least amount of time without water. You can go way longer without food, we know. So I always put hydration first on that 4-pillar. But here's what I see. I conduct digestive health testing. It's a 24-year analysis. And so I see the exact volume of what goes in comes out, right? And with that, what I find is so many women are drinking way too much water, believe it or not, and they're extremely dehydrated. And you're wondering, how can that be? Because again, just drinking plain water without minerals in it and drinking excess, we eat too many carbs. Carbs dehydrate us. And so we have this insatiable thirst. So we overconsume water. So, which brings us to pillar number 2, nutrition. Most of your hydration should actually come from your food. Fruits, vegetables, greens are full of hydration. They're full of water. That's the easiest way for our body to assimilate liquids because it contains minerals that God put implanted in them, the phytonutrients, all those amazing things. And then we have stress management and sleep. I kind of package those together. It's the 2 S's, S and S. I don't need to say anything about that. So many women are having issues. Most women think as they age that waking up in the middle of the night is normal, or that going to the bathroom in the middle of the night is normal. They are very common. They are not normal. So those are things that I like to help people understand and alleviate. And we're going to share some solutions for that. And then movement. It's just basically, I call it movement instead of exercise, because exercise to a lot of people is a dirty word, right? So I like to say, just move your body. It could be dancing, it could be gardening, it could be tennis, whatever, to have fun. And then of course, muscle. We're seeing people lose muscle, have muscle atrophy younger and younger, actually into our 30s, which is impacting every aspect of our health and our longevity and our ability to be mobile and youthful. So, and speaking of sleep deprivation, what happens when we're deprived of sleep, right? We crave external sources of energy. So we overeat, we overdrink, we overconsume caffeine, and then it just starts a vicious circle. So that sleep deprivation is so important because we're going to overconsume if we're not sleeping properly. So again, we've got the solutions for you when it comes to all that. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Denise. I'm going to just explain what are peptides. So what we're talking about today is peptides for anti-aging, peptides for weight loss, and so much more. So we're not just going to stop at those 2, but what they are from a technical standpoint. I can be very technical, being in the path of what I do and how I help people. So they're basically amino acids, right? They're just like proteins are amino acids. The only difference is that they're short chain instead of long chain. Proteins are longer chains. So, but they're responsible for every metabolic process in the body, cell signaling. That's the messages that our body knows what to do when and how to heal itself and how to repair. Hormone function. We all need that, right? Most women that I meet have complete, just pretty intense hormone imbalance and immune response, right? It doesn't get more important than that. And this is one of my favorite sayings: peptides are the bridge between supplements and medications. And honestly, this is what we have been waiting for. So Denise, share a little bit more. Like I said, Denise has been involved with this longer than I have, actually. And this is a relatively new study for me, but what I'm hearing, I absolutely love.
Well, and thank you, Bonnie. I think peptides are pretty new for everyone, but so were antioxidants at one time, right?
Oh, good point.
Right? Like we didn't start talking about antioxidants probably maybe 25 years ago. Did it start going mainstream and you started reading about it and the power that they had? Well, peptides, again, are the bridge between supplements or antioxidants, and then you've got your pharmaceutical or your medications, and this is kind of in the middle. It doesn't really go into supplements, doesn't go into medication, but they're powerful, and they're more powerful and work faster usually than a nutraceutical supplement. think of it kind of like if your DNA had a lock on it, peptides are the key that unlock it and help it function better. It helps it know what to improve and what to shut down, right? It's like another way I heard it described was Bonnie was talking about the short chain of amino acids. So amino acids are like little letters, right? We put the letters together and then they would make words, right? So we put amino acids together and they would make the peptides. So it's like words that we're putting together so that your body then can fill in any blanks that it has and have the whole story. So now your body has the whole story and it can function better. So it's pretty significant, the information that we're going to share with you. And, I also love just educating people. First I was always focused on antioxidants, and then I learned about collagen and the importance of that, which is also a protein, and now peptides. And really we want to have all of this balance to help our body function at its optimal level, right? So today we're going to share some of the 6 of our favorite peptides that we're finding. But first, you've got to understand what they are. Like, what's the difference between traditional and bioactive peptides? So, Bonnie, I'm going to turn it back over to you to explain this a little bit.
Okay. So a lot of, oh gosh, I can't think of the song, but I'm sure it's embedded and drilled into all our brains, all those advertisements for the semaglutides and the peptides, where those people are dancing all over and talking about lowering their A1C and keeping the weight off. And you know what I'm talking about, right? Without naming anything. They are everywhere, right? They have commercials on every 30 seconds. I can't even imagine from my marketing background, like what the millions and millions of dollars of cost for that is. But anyways, I won't go off on that tangent, but you just didn't make that connection that they were peptides, right? So we've heard GLP-1s, we've heard semaglutides, all those terms. So when we talk about traditional, those are therapeutic / traditional. They manipulate, just like over the counters manipulate. The pharmaceuticals, prescription medications manipulate the body into doing something, where bioactive precision peptides, which is what the company that we're talking about today that we've partnered with is called Make Wellness. So these are literally just, they're kind of out there, even though they have been tested for long term, which I absolutely love. That is critical. No one wants to be the guinea pig, right? These have been tested for safety and efficacy. So they work with the body's natural process. They're not made in a lab. They're not injected. They're ingested. They're not expensive. Some of the therapeutics are running, I've heard, up to $3,000 a month. That's crazy. Our probably most expensive one is about $120, like super affordable. The usage is complex. You have to be involved with, a medical professional. It's time, it's a lot of time involved, where these are, simple products that you can, use from home, mix with water, take a capsule, safe, effective, and they work, because we both have incredible stories, and many of you, I'm sure, on the call that have been using them have had great experience as well. So that leads us to our 6, like Denise alluded to, those 6 products that are the flagship of these peptides and what they do. Now, from a Make Wellness perspective, there are 4 peptide products and 2 peptide support products. So we want to differentiate that. Peptides, just like a lot of other supplements, they need support. You need vitamins and minerals. You need phytonutrients. So you need all these things. You need amino acids. So these are, we're going to share with you what they do and why they're so beneficial. So we know with a lot of the traditional, the chemical synthetic semaglutides and GLPs, they are creating much muscle atrophy. People are losing massive amounts of muscle along with the quote weight. So we know with these, it's 100% weight loss. It's 65% is in the visceral, is the trunk area. Because that's, as women, like I said, I turned 60 a few years ago, and all of a sudden I thought, oh my goodness, for the first time in my life, literally, I have belly fat. Like I've never had that before. it was kind of devastating. And I thought, okay, now I know how these women feel. And so it supports healthy weight loss where you're not just dropping. So you may see it more in inches and how your clothes feel than just on the scale, because if you're not losing muscle, you're not going to have that massive drop that everybody, is looking for. It's not, the scale is not always a good indicator. So enhances metabolic wellness. So that's helping your body function while under stress, which is super important. So decrease cravings for me. This is one I am on day 4. Literally, I could tell it by the second or third day. My cravings are literally like gone. And mine weren't huge, so I can't say, I crave fruit, so it's better, but still too much food is still too much food, right? So helping you say no is going to be a blessing during the holidays. So a lot of people say, well, I'm going to wait till after the holidays. I'm thinking, oh, with this, you just want to start right now because you are not going to gain those extra 10 pounds that most people do. And then it's a stimulant-free calorie burning. So that's what I love about this product in so many ways. So Denise, do you want to share? I know you have
I
been
do.
at this
I'm
product
so
longer
dying
than
to
I have.
share. So maybe you guys aren't like me, but for me, I don't actually feel hungry all the time, but I want to eat. I like food. I'll eat it when I'm stressed out. I'll eat it when I want to celebrate. I'll eat it because I'm bored. And but when I tend to eat, I then overeat because it just tastes so stinking good. I just don't want to stop. And so I'll eat way more than I need to. So with premenopause, some medication that I'm on, and health issue that I have been struggling with, I will overeat and I'll gain weight. So I have been on this for a number of weeks now. Dramatic. We should have had my before and after. Dramatic change in like the swelling and extension of my belly. And also the cravings. Like I got a plate. You go to those parties and they have like all this stuff. And I'm like, I just want a little, and a little ends up being the whole plate, right? You're like, whoa, that's actually a lot of food. I got done with like 2 things and I was like, I'm so satisfied and full. I feel guilty, but I don't want to eat the rest of this food. It's not like normal, like when I'm just eat and I eat and I eat. So on average, the studies that they did on this, people reduce their calorie intake by about 600 calories a day for that very reason. So I know it's not my imagination. The research is backing that up as well. And my husband yesterday, he kind of like put his arm around me, right where my rib cage would be. And he whispered, I can feel the difference.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
Oh,
he's starting to feel it. And that's how I lose too. I lose like from top down. It goes off my ribs first, and then I start seeing it more as well. So anyway, I wanted to share that because I was just like, I'm pretty excited overall about that, knowing I already am trying to eat healthy. There are some things in environmental and hormonal that are causing a trouble, and I need a little support. And this is the support that's been my answer.
awesome. Yeah, your before and after picture. Yeah, I can't believe we didn't put it in here because it is phenomenal. It is so telling, like, oh my gosh, yes, this works. And if you follow me on social or Denise, you'll see that image quite often because it is profound. Congratulations. That's exciting. I'm waiting for my changes here, but it's only been a few days. So I'm being realistic because everyone has to be realistic, and it's it'll be different for each person's experience. So this leads us to product number 2, which is another peptide product, which is called Fit. And we know, again, as we age, the number one reason that people decline and end up, again, it's the difference between you being able to continue to be active, to bike, to play tennis or dance or whatever it is you want to do, is based on maintaining muscle mass. It is critical. And what this does, it increases your strength, it builds repairs and retains lean muscle. That is huge. I just can't emphasize that enough. If you're, again, for women, especially, we have to be concerned about osteopenia, osteoporosis. I was able to reverse both of those a few years ago just by increasing weights and eating properly and taking supplementation. So that to me it just speaks volumes, and this is something that we should all be thinking about, because you know what our alternatives are? Our alternatives right now are prescription medication. That's all they're offering, and the side effects of those to prevent the decline, they don't help repair, they prevent decline, are not good options in my opinion. And those are things that I won't, you know, it's not a choice for me, I should say that. And I don't recommend them at all. So, with Denise, do you want to share anything about this? And what I do want to share is that, before I pass it over, that this is a packet that you drink. So, and with Fit, I don't know if I don't think I mentioned that, I'm sorry, with Lean, it is a capsule. So there's either a capsule or a, powdered version that you mix with water for each of these, and we'll try to share that, if hopefully we remember to share that, so you have an idea of how you take those. You just drink it, it tastes actually delicious. So Denise, you want to share a little bit about your experience with Fit?
Yeah, Fit's my favorite. It tastes kind of orange, citrusy, very light, but not as strong as orange juice. And I have one of those fancy scales you stand on, and it does the electrocurrent through you and tells your body mass, your fat, your muscles. And just like 3 weeks into this, my muscle is already up, and I haven't been working out. I just confessed. Working out. Okay. I could explain that later. But anyways, I haven't been working out. My muscle is up, my fat is down, and my bone mass is up. And I am 47 years old. So
Excellent.
I'm pretty impressed. And I can't wait to continue to see what happens over the long haul, because just like anything, it does take time. Your cells have to regenerate, make new, be stronger. And so I'm very excited to just kind of track the 30, 60, 90 days and see how it continues to improve.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you brought that up, because this, you know, there's no magic. A lot of people are seeing results in a very short amount of time. But honestly, I always say 90 to 120 days are when the cells turn over. So be realistic. Everybody's body is different. Just because I always say, don't base it on my results. Start today. Don't wait for me to get results. Because if, for some reason it's going to take me a lot longer and you get results in a month, you're not going to be very happy that you waited, 3 or 4 months for me to get results. So start today. Focused. I just started taking this. This is in a capsule form, this beautiful blue greenish color. I love it. There's nothing artificial in any of these. They're all non-GMO. I do have to mention that because that is critical for anything that I promote. I vet products meticulously. So again, brain health, mental clarity, eye health support. Like I said, I can't say enough. Brain health with Alzheimer's, with dementia. Again, this is something for me, it's like a non-negotiable. I've been extremely diligent about conveying this message to clients and to my family that we have to protect the brain. Okay, that takes us to Energized. This, I guess, to be one of my favorite. This is a packet. You mix it with water. It's a beautiful blue because it's blue spirulina. Again, we use nothing artificial. Spirulina is algae, just full of nutrients. So mix it with water. All I can say is it works. Like, I just drink it. It tastes good. Within minutes, I feel actually what it does for me. And I won't say this, I feel giddy, like euphoric. So to me, it helps my mood. It gives me mental energy as well as physical energy. So, and it's a sustained release form of caffeine, and the source of the caffeine is whole coffee fruit extract. So because I am caffeine sensitive, I can take it. And even for those, like, for years, just again, with my background with helping women with adrenal fatigue, balancing cortisol levels is so key. But the thing is, usually when we're telling people to balance cortisol, we're like, no caffeine, no caffeine, no caffeine. And that drives them crazy. Like, that's another thing they have to give up. With this, you don't have to, because it helps balance cortisol levels and supports adrenal gland function. Now, how amazing is that we, being stressed, and honestly, most women that I've been testing with are in some form of adrenal fatigue. It's just kind of the world we live in. So love this. Denise, do you want to share anything about Energize before we move on?
Just, I'm I'm sensitive to caffeine too. It's not something that I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm not an energy drinker, but I hit a wall, you guys, on days. And I'm like, literally feel like if I don't take a nap, I'm going to die. And one day my son really, really wanted to go to the store. And I was just like, okay, let me just try this stuff and see how it works. By the time I got in the car and went the mile to the store, I was like a new person. I wasn't jittery. I wasn't like spazzy or anything like that. I just felt like I had taken a 2-hour nap and woke up so refreshed and ready to go. We enjoyed our time together. So like you're getting quality time too if you can help support your body in the ways that it needs.
Absolutely. And it didn't disrupt your sleep either, correct? Because it didn't mine.
Yeah, no, I've had no problem sleeping. In fact,
Yeah.
this next one, calm, I don't have a problem sleeping at all. But when I have PMS, I get a little grouchy, like, are you guys, any of you that way? And I had this day and I thought I was never going to use this product, but I was like, man, I am just having a day. I took this one during the middle of the day, and probably again within 5 or 10 minutes, this is a really fast acting one. And I felt calm again. My heart rate had slowed down. My anxiety was gone. So you tell us the beauty about the ingredients in this and why that's happening, Bonnie.
Well, these are, I do neurotransmitter testing, and oh my gosh, I can't tell you with that and adrenal fatigue. These are adaptogenic herbs that I use all the time. But the thing is, they were like separate. Okay, we'll take some GABA, I have like a GABA cream, and then you have an ashwagandha capsule, L-theanine. Like I put everybody on L-theanine because it is phenomenal. It's, it is from green tea extract, but it again, as an adaptogen, what adaptogens do is if you need energy, they give you energy. If you need to be calm and restful, they help you be calm and restful. That's the beauty. Again, that's what God and nature can provide for us in these when they're not manipulated. So these are all four: ashwagandha, GABA, lemon bulb, and L-theanine in one. Phenomenal. So I love this because it's a pixie stick you put on your tongue, and you don't have to drink water right before you go to bed if that's how you use it. Some people use it at night to improve their sleep. Some use it during the day, as Denise alluded to, for mood support, stress reduction. So literally it's versatile. It's not going to, make you fall asleep if you take it during the day, but it does improve sleep and helps focus long-term as well. So I absolutely love that. And again, it's so easy to take, just again, in the powder, pour the powder on your tongue and you're good. Oops, I went backwards there. Hydrated, again, as we talked about in pillar one, hydration is the key. We need to get nutrients into the cells. The cells need to be permeable. They need to be round and free floating. If you see them under a microscope, I'm sure not everybody does that, but this is the way our cells should be. And they also need to eliminate waste. And so how this happens is through increasing our hydration levels. But again, as I see these test results where women are consuming way too much water and they're still dehydrated, again, we're lacking key minerals. And that's what is in hydrated. Again, it's a powder pack. Put it in your pocket, in your purse, and just pop it in your water bottle at any given moment. And I highly recommend these. I'm a big fan. I always say, use electrolyte 2 or 3 times a day. The problem is a lot of electrolytes, like if you go on Facebook, everybody's going to try to, or TikTok or Instagram, whatever you're at, they're going to try to sell you their electrolytes. And a lot of times those electrolytes, you would need 20 to 30 packets to get the proper amount of the right balance of the sodium, of the potassium, of the magnesium, right? Those are the 3 key. And this also has the chloride in it as well. So that's where, again, this is for proper nerve function, boost energy as well, right? When you're properly hydrated, and it is absorbed because it has the ionic minerals for proper absorption. So this is fantastic. Again, you can, carry this with you. This is great. And replacing what people are drinking with those, whether it's Gatorade or I don't know what all the brand names are, that contain artificial colors, high fructose corn syrup, and artificial sweeteners. So those are things we absolutely do not want in our body. Okay, we're not going to go through this today. This just shows you that basically the products are super simple to take, and we will guide you through it. Everything's on the package, very clear, tells you exactly what you need to do, when you need to do it. But if you have specific questions, you can get with the person that invited you to this call, or that you purchased the product from, or you want to purchase the product from. So now we're going to take a few minutes, and Denise is going to share more about the affiliate component. So again, just a few minutes for people to understand the business and the taking off the financial stress opportunity with this. So Denise, I'm going to let you take it from here.
Thank you. Now, obviously, we know that this is not for everyone, but you may know someone. So we hope you continue just to kind of listen in. And if you hear something that's for you, or maybe pass it along, because some people will just take the product, and that's completely fine. But if you find yourself right now thinking about 3, 4, 5, 10 people that you're like, oh, Susie needs to know this, my mom needs it, my personal trainer, like they would love to share this with other people, then you may want to consider the affiliate program. Or if you love social media and you're like, I share stuff on social media all the time and I don't get paid for it, so I could share this. Yes, you could if you want to. It is essentially, what is an affiliate program? It's something that you love and you share, and you actually get paid for sharing it. You get a little link, and then when people are like, hey, what is it that you're taking? Or how'd you lose all that weight? Or why does your skin look so good? Or how come you have so much energy? You can say, oh, it's just this little stuff I put in my water. They're called peptides. Have you heard of it? And they'll be like, no. Well, don't worry. I can send you a link. You can learn all about it. You send them a little video and the link, and they order, and the company ships it to them. So I'm going to have you go to the next slide for me. They send it directly to the person that's buying it, and then you earn up to 40% of whatever they buy. You don't have to build a team. You can just share the product. You earn commission on the first order and every reorder, which is very unique for an affiliate program. A lot of affiliate programs, like for Amazon, Nike, and things like that, they give you a code and it's very limited. It could be 24 hours, it could be 36 hours, 48 hours, and then that code expires. If someone didn't order you, you lose the sale. Well, in this case, your code is always good, it's always active, and if they order it once, every reorder you get paid too, which is really nice. And you also get paid on the dollar. Now, I've worked with other affiliate programs in my coaching business, and they do a point system. So maybe someone orders $100, but they only give me 70 points. I get paid on the points. Now, when I get paid 100, I get paid on the 100. Okay, which is very unique and very good. Plus, they provide all of the marketing materials, the training, social media, and even leadership. Because when you're in a business like mine and coaching, a lot of times, maybe you don't have that personal development, and this company helps with that leadership too. So things that it doesn't make you do, there's no startup fees, no inventory, no monthly order. I don't have to buy a certain amount of product every single month to get paid on the people that order. So let's say I'm overstocked. Maybe I went on vacation and forgot to take some product. If I don't order, I'm still going to get paid. Let me tell you, there's nothing out there, any other affiliate program like that. So I'm very excited about that. So if you think like, okay, I just want to try the product, that's fine. But if you're thinking, I want to do both, I want to share the product and make some extra income from it, then just talk to the person that invited you to the call. They can explain it more, and you will have a plethora of resources and support to help you build another stream of income on what you're already currently doing. And that could be a stay-at-home mom, or a health coach, or a practitioner like Bonnie, or personal trainers. Like, there's a lot of people that are engaging in this program because they see what we see. A really good product that is clean, that works, that has research behind it, that's affordable, and without all the negative side effects of those synthetic formulas that other people are already using. So I look forward to seeing what you guys decide. But I know, Bonnie, also you wanted to open this up for questions if anybody has some questions. So we're here to kind of answer those. I know we had a couple over here. Rita, I can answer this one. Can you take calm other than before bedtime? Yes. Yes, you can, because it helps balance out and calm you down. It doesn't have like melatonin or anything in it. So if it's time to go to sleep, you're going to go to sleep. But for my case, when I took it in the afternoon, that was no problem. Did not make me sleepy. It just calmed me down. So does anybody else have any other questions?
And you guys can come off mute. Everybody is automatically on mute when they come in. So feel free to unmute, and any comments or questions. And I want to go back and talk about the affiliate. So something that's near and dear, and it's really just a few things that breaks my heart. I see all the time on social media moms. I'm in a lot of moms groups, of course, and it's constant. I can't afford to pay my bills. I can't afford to feed my kids. So you may have plenty of money, but there's tons of people out there that are struggling. This has been an extremely tough last couple of years. Prices are just doubled, sometimes tripled or more in some cases, and it's getting tough. Businesses, brick and mortars especially, are closing every single day. And, we are very blessed and very fortunate that, I've been in business long enough, my husband, as well. And, but here's the thing, the more that we can share these products or whatever you're sharing, that we can give back. So if there's a mom in need, if there's, my heart goes out to those not-for-profits, like for the pets, or we have people on here that support, like Lisa supports a group of girls that have been trafficked. Like, we can give back. So I would say if you don't want the money, you can give it to those in need. So there's so many people out there right now that really do need help. So either way, whether you share this to say, hey, talk to, whoever, and they can share if this would be a good option for you to work from home, earn some extra cash for the holidays. And I just read one this morning. I have no money to get my children Christmas presents. Absolutely heartbreaking. So those are all things that we can help with. I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen share now so you can see everyone.
I saw another question in the comments too, Rita.
Yeah,
You asked about your daughter who's pregnant. Now, of course, my personal opinion, and I am also a home birth mama. I'm very crunchy, and a birth doula, and I've studied women's pregnancy, nutrition, and fertility. Obviously, you should always talk with your doctor if you have any doubts, but this product is GRAS. It's called Generally Recognized as Safe product and certified in that. They're also working on getting something called NSF certification. It's going to take a while because it's a new product, but NSF is like athletes, I'm looking for more paid athletes, like NFL players and stuff like that. If it's NSF certified, then they can take it too. And essentially what they do is they say what's in there is in there, nothing more, nothing less, no heavy metals, no contaminants, anything like that. So we are working on that as well. And our facilities are already NSF certified as for cleanliness and things like that. So as far as the hydrate, I would look at the label and see what's in there. You could compare it to the other options that she's having, may have actually similar ingredients. And then you will know but generally it is general recognized as safe. So I hope that helps.
Awesome. Any other questions or?
I had a quick question. Can you take Energize more than once a day?
Great question, isn't it? Bonnie,
I take it in the morning. So sometimes I feel like I need something in the afternoon, or I don't know if I should just change it to the afternoon. I just try to do them all in the morning. So I mix my hydrate and Energize together. Maybe I shouldn't. Just thought I'd ask if anybody has tried it that way.
As far as the amount of caffeine in it, taking it multiple times a day, that does not concern me at all. The other ingredients, which are a lot of amino acids, ginseng, everybody is different, but I mean, it is 100 milligrams of caffeine. Most people are going to have either a cup of coffee, a soda, and in my opinion, this is going to be a lot safer than a lot of those, especially with coffee, you have to worry about mold issues. I mean, and if it's not organic coffee, you've got a whole nother plethora of chemicals on it. So I wouldn't see why that should be a concern. But yeah, or like you said, if you wanted to switch it and, just try it in the afternoon and see how you do instead, maybe that would, a little more cost effective too, I guess.
Well, the other thing is, the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to drink more water if you split it up. If you do your hydrate in the morning and then you do your Energize, you're guaranteed you're going to get a lot more water. If I drink mine all at the same time, I may not drink as much water because it doesn't taste as good. I do tend to drink more water when it's flavored. So I actually do mine separate. I have two babies right here. Then I can kind of track how much I'm drinking as well. And I'm guaranteed I'm going to get at least 60. I know I'm probably supposed to have, I know I'm supposed to have more, but this will guarantee I'll get 60 plus my food. I'm going to be good.
Yeah.
You know,
And
the
I do
veggies that you
Yeah, because I drink my green smoothie in the morning, and then after my green smoothie is finished, I may wait a little bit, and then I drink my fit. Because yeah, like I said, I like to split it up too for that reason. And I just like the taste. I don't want, I love my green smoothie and I love this, so I would enjoy them both separately. So that's me. Etta, go ahead, Etta.
I have a question about using Fit and Energize. So I would want to space them out, but I don't want to take them too late in the day. So who's using both? Because I can't seem to be fit. That's funny. I can't seem to be using
Yeah,
Energized at all because I want to use Fit. So
yeah.
I'm
I,
trying to.
I eat breakfast pretty early. So probably by, I don't know, I say it's early, like 7 o'clock. So I'm not a fan of women fasting in the morning. I think that's for women, we should be fasting at night. And Lisa is an expert in this as well. She's a personal trainer and specializes in peri and menopausal women. So fasting is not the best. So I eat first thing, and then so by 7:30 or 8 at the latest, I'm drinking my fit. So that way, by let's say, noon, 1 o'clock, I can easily take my Energized if I need it, and I don't have any problems at all. I think the latest I've taken it is like 2 o'clock, but Denise took it at night and she's caffeine sensitive and she didn't have any issues. So I would test it, maybe test it on a day where if again, everyone's different, but test it on a day you don't have like tons going on if it would disrupt your sleep a little bit. And then maybe take a calm.
Okay, thanks.
You could also, at least I know you have a question too. You could also alternate them. Maybe one day you do fit, the next day you do energize, fit, energize. So you're still benefiting from the different peptides.
Good idea.
The research says that the peptides themselves stay in you a pretty good amount of time. So you could rotate through those and still be benefiting from them. They both have 100 milligrams of caffeine in each. So again, yeah, that is going to be a personal choice and preference. You're going to have to play with that. All of us will, to see what works best for us.
Absolutely.
So Lisa has a question. She's been so patient.
Lisa, I know you've got a client here, so ask away.
Okay, actually two things. When I was just thinking about that, when you said alternate your days, maybe use fit on the days that you're exercising.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other on the days where you have a rest between. That might be a good way to alternate those. My question was, and I know, Bonnie, we've touched on this a little bit, and I apologize, I had to step away. So if you just talked about it again, let me know. But I have clients who are on the injectables right now, and I'm already talking to them about how long they're going to be on it and kind of gently urging them to get off of that and into maybe this product. And so is there any research at all done on anybody moving from injectable to ingestible? And does there need to be a gap, or can they float right over? Do you have any idea? It seems pretty safe to me that they could probably start, but I don't know.
I mean, I don't see why. Again, it says supplement labels. So if they're taking supplements, I would say that they could go from one to the other. Denise, would you agree? I have read that it's, not to be on both of them at the same time to make the transition, just again, to use caution, as always with anybody on prescription medication. So, but I would say once they come off, if they want to wait 24 hours, clear it out of their system. And then, they could.
Injectables work a little. Well, injectables work a little different. They're GLP, so insulin plays a factor and it helps with that. And these work a little different. We'll send you a graphic that kind of explains that. And we're all about helping people make informed decisions. So giving them the information, talking to their doctor. I have one friend that's on it. Her doctor's going to check her blood. She was actually on it because she was pre-diabetic, and they put her on Ozempic for the reason you're supposed to be on it. And so she's going to recheck her blood, and then she's going to transition over to the new one in January. But if I had a friend that was on one of the synthetic injectables, I would absolutely put them on fit, because those injectables are decreasing 40% of what they're losing is muscle from those injectables. So putting them on fit can help counteract some of that side effect. So that one I would do no brainer. Like
and hydrate, of course, because that's everyone should be on the hydrate.
But it's the lean that we need to be a little more careful with. Got it.
Yeah,
Thank you
because we're
so
really
much.
worried too, because the GLP injectable one is going to suppress their appetite anyways. We don't want people to not be nourished either.
Right, right.
Right. So we need to be really careful with that. But they are coming out with an official statement for us. We should have that, and it should be released soon. So we know exactly what to say to people and how to support them in that. But fit is an absolute no-brainer for that. And then of course, hydrate sounds like a good plan too.
Okay, good. Thank
Good.
you.
Yeah, and I love your idea, Lisa, about, taking the fit if you're wanting to alternate. Yeah, because it's for muscle recovery, right? And if you're breaking down the muscle, hopefully everyone's lifting weights on at least a semi-regular basis that you can use that. So that's really smart. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, you bet. You bet.
Okay, awesome. Any other questions before we wrap up? All right, did we get them all? Awesome. All right. Well, thank you all for being here and asking incredible questions. And again, get with a person that invited you here. They can share a link, just like we said. And just it's that simple. And just let's help people get healthier in a safer, more natural way. So they can have a long, healthy life and enjoy the holidays and for years to come. So I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday coming up, and hopefully we will see you soon. Okay, thank
Thanks,
you.
ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.